Hey everyone, it's Evangeline here at etrailer, and today I have the Lockrack Universal X Kayak Carrier that's channel mounted. So if you're looking for a quick and easy to use kayak carrier where you don't have to deal with straps strapping down the main body of your kayak, that's where this Lockrack carrier can come in handy. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to install the carrier, what are its different features, what types of kayaks, stand-up paddle boards, and canoes can fit onto this carrier. So stick around if you think this is the carrier for you. There's actually a bunch of different offerings that Lockrack has, and this is going to be the Universal X, meaning it's the more versatile one, so it will fit most of your kayaks and canoes and stand-up paddle boards. I actually just came from a really cool kayaking trip yesterday, and this would have been helpful. So I've done a lot of kayaking, and as much as I enjoy paddling down a river or floating down a creek, what I don't enjoy is strapping down the kayak. And that's the last thing you'll want to do after a long day on the water. So with all of that experience, I highly enjoy having the Lockrack arms that I just slide in and secure the kayak. And it also gives me extra time and energy to do the bow and stern straps since they're not difficult at all. So without having to deal with the straps, you can just use the arms, secure your kayak, and you're ready to hit the road. Much easier that way. The way this works is it has ratcheting arms with rubber pads. So if you use your little key here, you can bring these out. And then when you want to secure your kayak, you just put the arm into the base and ratchet it up against that kayak. So there's arms on both sides holding your kayak in, but the rubberized material helps prevent extra scuffs and scratches from developing while adding more grip. This is a channel mounted carrier. You can kind of see the mounts peeking through above the crossbar. It's great because it's low profile and you can put it anywhere you want on your crossbar because most of them have a T-channel lining through. You are not limited to your towers or to your overhang. The actual amount of space that this will take up will depend, of course, on the width of your kayak and where on your kayak you have it mounted. But a good general rule of thumb is that this will add about 5 inches to the width of your kayak on both sides. If you have a 30-inch wide kayak, this will take up about 40 inches, give or take. And with that in mind, that will help you figure out if you do have the space for other accessories like a bike rack or roof basket for extra cargo. Now the total weight capacity is 175 pounds. So that's for your kayak, your canoe, or your 2 stand-up paddle boards. But with that weight capacity, please be very mindful of your actual roof rack capacity. Most standard roof racks don't even go that much. So you're gonna have to add the weight of your water sport equipment, the weight of your carrier, which is about 17 pounds, and the weight of your roof rack. Make sure that doesn't exceed your vehicle's roof weight capacity. But if you have, let's say, a specific situation where you have an extra large OB kayak, then you can get the extra large arms. Maybe you want to carry around a single stand-up paddleboard. Well, you're going to need the version of this that has the shorter arms. So if you're not sure what kind of kayak you have and if this will fit, it will most likely fit. But if you have a specific need, we also have all those different options available here at etrailer. So if you find that this is a carrier that will fit your water sport equipment, as well as you do have a roof rack that has that T-channel, T-track accessory channel, whichever brand calls it, they work pretty much the same way, then let's take a look at the install process to see how it goes onto that roof rack and how you can get your kayak up there. So we're going to put this together, and if you do have the channel mount, it is going to be easier, but maybe not intuitive. You also need to bring your own tools. So I have a 5 or size 5 Allen key, and then I also have a 10mm socket wrench. You need a socket wrench and not an open wrench because it needs to fit into the base. So once you have those 2 tools, we are ready to install this. We're first going to start with these pieces, which are the bases. If you have the rubber pad on your base, remove that so you have access to the holes on the inside. So with these off, we're then going to use this bracket to connect the bases together. And this is where you can adjust for your different lengths of the base. This is going to be the Universal X though, so you do have a slightly longer base. And for this bracket, it does have 4 holes on it, but you are limited to which holes line up with the holes on the base. So feed the bracket through the base. We'll put this on the last hole on this side, and then the other base can fit for this second hole on the other side. Now before you secure them, this is the easier way for me because it's just faster. But I go ahead and get the 4 flat washers as well as those 4 T-bolts. We are going to insert them into the crossbar. Your crossbar may look different than mine, but we're going to access the T-track channel so that we can slide these through. Just slide them wherever for now before we have the base on there to get the exact measurements. But once they're through, the flat washers go on top. To make things easier for me, I also like to bring the base up so that I could line those bolts up with the holes and make sure our bracket is lined up too. And that way I can just pop this onto them and make adjustments as needed. Now put these nuts on top of those bolts, hand tighten down as far as you can go, and then get your 10mm socket wrench. See how it fits perfectly within the grooves. We're going to use this to fully secure the rack until it stops wiggling. With this tightened down and secure, give it a little shake just to check. We're then going to cover up those bolts with the rubber pad. So this needs to be pushed in. So see how we have it into that side. Then we're going to go over here and just kind of lift up and pinch it in. Now you're going to get your arms, and you do get 2 of them, but if you're going to load your kayak up, just do 1. This fits into the end of the carrier base, and just push that in until you get to the length you prefer. I usually go about midway there. That's a good starting point. We're going to leave this side open so we can get the kayak up. Behind us, you can see the other carrier in the folded down position. You'll have the arms like that if you're not ready to put the kayak up just yet. So to load the kayak up, now the level of difficulty will depend on your vehicle. I'm just a little too short to put this up by myself, so I have my friend here, Cooper, who's gonna help me out. Now since this is similar to a saddle style, where your kayak will be lying flat either on its hull or like this, because I'm expecting some rain to arrive. We're gonna get it into the base. Secure the kayak by using the other 2 arms, and this is gonna come in against the kayak and secure into one of the little notches. So do both of the arms before you double check that everything is in place. A good way to do that, just shake the kayak back and forth and see if it has any wiggle. And it doesn't, we're secure. So for some people, it's enough for them just to use the Lockrack instead of having to use other straps, and then that's it. For me, I still like to use bow and stern straps. So this is just a dog bone with a strap. It goes into the front hood. I put the other one inside my hatch, and then this secures the front and the rear of the kayak. I treat this kind of like the safety straps for our kayak. That way, if you're going highway speeds or long distances, Lockrack recommends using bow and stern straps. For me, anytime I use my kayaks, I still use these extra straps just to be extra safe. Just like that, you're able to install your kayak here as well as mount your kayak. Moving forward, you don't need to go through that whole installation process again, since these arms are designed to come off and flip over to the storage or portable position. So all it really is just keep this key around. You get a lot, or at least 4 of these keys included with your carrier. So I keep one inside my vehicle, another one with my kayak bag, another one in the kayak, just so I always know that they're available when I need it. So keep these in a safe spot. But other than that, that's it for the install. You're ready to hit the road. Hopefully this video helped you out with seeing if this is the right carrier to fit your kayaks, canoes, or stand-up paddleboards, as well as showed you how to install it on your roof rack to make sure you have the right roof rack for this carrier. If you have another type of rack, maybe it has round bars, square bars, or just bars without that accessory channel, we do have universal clamps that may fit you, and you can also get this carrier as a full kit with those clamps, and check that out here on our website. But right here, right now, this was a look at the Lockrack Universal X water sport equipment carrier that is channel mounted, and you saw it here at etrailer.com. My name is Evangeline, and I hope you enjoyed the journey.